Greetings everyone in TV land. Welcome back to T.F.C. I know it's been a minute. It's been a long time since we've uploaded. My kitchen was out of commission for a few months, doing some construction work in the house. But before we get started with today's nacho recipe, go ahead and hit that subscribe button while you're sitting there watching us. Or hit the like button. Or hey, do both. Hit the subscribe and the like button. Thanks for the support. All right, so here we have chicken nachos. I'm gonna be making chicken nachos, but this is going to be a 2-day process because you have to do a little prep work in order to get fantastic results. Now, of course, a shortcut to all of this would be to just buy the Pico de Gallo that already comes chopped up and prepped in the produce section. Walmart has a pretty good one. You can also use salsa instead, but I really like making my own Pico de Gallo. It's cheaper, and you can tailor it to how you like it, whatever your preferences are. So, have here our bowl of Roma tomatoes. That's 6 Roma tomatoes. I cut off the ends and roughly chopped it up. There's some water. Can you see that settling at the bottom? Before you prepare to serve this tomorrow, because this is gonna marinate for a day, before you serve it tomorrow, make sure to just drain off that excess water. Otherwise, you'll have soggy nachos. Gross. That's our 6 Roma tomatoes. To that, I am going to add, this is half of a red onion, roughly chopped. I'm gonna add that in. I like red onions, but of course, if you don't like this much red onion, don't add it. Don't add that much, or if you don't like red onion at all, don't add it at all. You can also use white onions, I think. That should come out okay. Make this however you like to make it, whatever ingredients you like. Let's stir that up. Here I have some garlic. That is 4 cloves of garlic. I chopped that up fine. I'm gonna add that in. Next I have 1 jalapeno. Now, I took out the seeds of the jalapeno. If you leave the seeds in, it is going to be hot AF, okay? It's going to be super hot, but if you like spicy things, then leave some of the seeds in. Also, if you're gonna take out the seeds, don't use your fingers to take them out. Either use a spoon or put some gloves on your hands when you take out the seeds, because otherwise, if you go to rub your eyes and you've taken out the seeds with your hands, your eyes are going to be on fire. So I suggest using a spoon. That's what I did. So this is 1 jalapeno. And if you don't like jalapenos, or if you don't like it spicy, just omit the jalapeno. This is a half, I think this is like half of a bunch of cilantro I finally chopped. Once again, if you don't like cilantro, don't add in cilantro. But I like cilantro. Let's mix this all up. Looks pretty and colorful. That's right, Cinco de Mayo is not that far away. This would be an awesome recipe for Cinco de Mayo. I might actually put it out in May for Cinco de Mayo. I'm gonna think on that. Next we have 4 limes. I sliced those in half, so they're actually 2 limes. I don't know how much lime juice I'm gonna need, so I'm gonna play this by ear. Squeeze in half a lime now. And the key to a lime is to roll it on a flat surface before you start squeezing it. It'll help get the juice out. Make sure you don't get any seeds in here. So that's 1. I'm gonna try another one and see how that goes. So that's the juice of 1 lime. Stir that up. To that, let's add some fresh cracked pepper and a little sea salt. Let's see. Now this is where I stop and taste. I'm trying to think. I think it needs maybe a little more salt. Maybe a squeeze of lime. And this is pretty mild. I don't taste any heat. Maybe like a slight taste of the jalapenos. Very, very slight, because I took out most of the seeds. I think I took out all the seeds. This is going to marinate overnight, so the flavors are going to come together even better tomorrow. But right now, I think it tastes fine. Of course, when you try it again tomorrow, if you need to add more salt or lime juice or maybe some more garlic, you can do that. See how quick and easy that was? Took me, what, 2-3 minutes to put all these ingredients together? I have a big batch of Pico de Gallo. Use it in, you can use it on nachos, you can use it on tacos, you could use it in the morning if you're making an omelet. using breakfast tacos too. I mean, this is pretty versatile. You can throw this in almost anything. So let's put this aside and let's start working on the chicken. Okay, next step is marinating the chicken. So I'm doing this all the day before I plan on eating it. Here I have a bowl of 2 pounds of boneless chicken thighs that I roughly chopped. You can also use chicken breast, but I prefer the thighs. They hold the moisture better and they just taste more flavorful. But use chicken breast or chicken thighs, both will work. And now we're gonna use this. Yes, our handy dandy food processor. You're probably thinking, why do we need a food processor? You already chopped up your chicken. I don't know if it's just me. Leave down in the comments below if you feel this way too. But when I go to a restaurant and I order chicken nachos, I find that the chicken is so big that you can't get anything else on it. Like you can't get any, your pickled jalapenos don't fit on there. Your pico is falling off. The guacamole won't stay on. I just find it's too chunky to thoroughly enjoy the essence of the chicken. Does that make sense? It's just big chunks of chicken all on your nachos, and the flavors don't come together like they should. So we're actually gonna try this in our food processor. So let me show you how that works. My hands are clean. I washed my hands. I'm gonna add in some handfuls of chicken. I don't want to overcrowd it because I want this to chop up pretty fine. Like I said, this is 2 pounds of boneless chicken thighs. Let's do that. Let me wash my hands real quick. All right, so let's tap this a few times. Now you can make it as fine as you want. I think this is a good texture. Let's see. Can you guys see that texture? See, it's not necessarily like ground beef. It's not super, super fine. I mean, I guess you could make it that texture. You could probably also use ground chicken if you wanted to, but that's chicken breast meat I think they use in the stores. Anyway, so this is how it looks. That's what you want it to look like. So let's keep doing that off camera until all of it has that similar texture that you're seeing right here. I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, we're back. Hope you can see that. See how the texture is? It's a lot smaller than it was before, but it's not ground chicken. It hasn't been ground. It's been chopped. Next, we're marinating. I have here 2 of these wicked tasty taco seasonings. You can use whatever seasoning you like. This one actually comes out really good. I like this one. But you can also, if you can't find this, you can use taco seasoning in the grocery store. You can make your own seasoning. You could probably do like a fajita seasoning on this. Whatever seasonings you prefer. This is actually a paste or a liquid. So I'm gonna go ahead and scoop this out. I have 2 of these. Let's pour this out. And since it's already salty, I'm not gonna add any more salt or other seasonings to it. I will add though, I'm gonna add a squeeze of lime juice. It's half of a lime. And let's mix this up. Make sure you mix it together thoroughly to make sure all of your meat is gonna get marinated. After that, you should have something that looks similar to this. What we're gonna do now is cover this up with foil. We're gonna let this sit overnight and make the nachos tomorrow. So stay tuned, we'll be back the next day to put all this together and eat some tasty chicken nachos. And we're back. So this is the next day and I'm about to assemble these nachos. I have a plate of tortilla chips here, as you can see. I'm gonna grab my queso. Now the queso is pretty simple. All I did was take a block of Velveeta cheese, diced it up in cubes, and then put it on the stove in a pot with some milk until I got the consistency I like. Of course, use whatever queso you prefer. As you can see here, I have a thin layer of nacho chips. You don't want a big pile of nacho chips because then the ones at the bottom aren't gonna get anything. So how I assemble my nachos is I pour the cheese over it first, just like this. Next, we're gonna add the chicken we marinated last night. I just went ahead and cooked this chicken in a pan with a couple of tablespoons of canola oil. Sprinkle that on top. See the consistency of that? Of course, add as much chicken as you want. Next, we're gonna add our Pico de Gallo, which we also marinated overnight. And don't forget to drain any of the excess water that might come off of the Pico de Gallo before you put this on. You don't want soggy nachos. Finally, depending on who you are, you're gonna top it with some sour cream. Right on top. I personally do not like sour cream, but hubby does. I personally would take out the sour cream and add a nice scoop of guacamole and some jalapeno peppers. The pickled kind that you put on nachos. But this is his plate, so he chose to put sour cream on his, but put whatever you want on yours. And this is the finished product. Looks good. Let me zoom in so you can see all that nacho goodness. Look at that. Looks really good. Yeah, it's looking good. All right, it's time for him to test these bad boys out. Let's see what he thinks.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome to T.F.C. Before we get started on this tasting of this beautiful, delicious recipe, hit subscribe, hit like, hit the button that blings when we load up new videos. If you don't like our videos, send the link to someone to show them that you don't like it so they can watch the video too. So let's dig into it. These are chicken nachos. Easy, simple to make. You, your wife, your partner, whoever in your kitchen can make it for you. Hey, if you get a chance, look at our other video of you demoing the Ford 2021. Watch that video while you eat your chicken nachos. That's good. Hit subscribe, like, make the recipe, and watch our videos. T.F.C.